Welcome to our deep dive into Kuruluş Orhan, the series that's set to continue the epic story that started with Kuruluş Osman. If you're a fan, you are in the right place.
You know, for years we followed the journey of Osman I, watching him lay the groundwork. But now a whole new era is about to begin. The story is moving on, shifting its focus from the man who founded a state to the son who's going to forge an entire empire. So, let's kick things off and get right into it. What exactly is this new saga? Okay, so at its heart, Kuruluş Orhan is a direct continuation, a sequel, made by the very same team at Bozdağ Film that we all know and trust. It's picking up right where the history books would, focusing on the incredible life and reign of Orhan Gazi. He was, of course, the son of Osman I and the second ruler of what would become the Ottoman Empire. Now let's talk about how they're handling this transition, this passing of the torch from one generation to the next. So instead of just picking up the very next day after the end of Kuruluş Osman, the show is actually jumping forward in time. We're moving past those initial struggles of just establishing the state, and we're diving headfirst into how it grew, how it expanded under completely new leadership.
And that right there, that time jump, is the key. It's a really bold move, you know? It completely changes the game. Think about it. The characters we know and love are going to be older, the world around them will have changed, and a whole new generation is stepping into the spotlight.
All right, so who exactly is this new generation? It's time to meet the new faces and the characters they'll be bringing to life. Stepping into the massive role of Orhan Gazi is the super talented actor Mert Yazadioglu. I mean, what a task, right? He's got to portray the man who takes his father's dream and turns it into a real, formidable power. And he's not doing it alone. He's joined by an incredible cast. We've got Mahasi Merabat playing Nilüfer Hatun and Sena Marcian as Halima Hatun, two characters who are absolutely going to shape Orhan's world. And to help us bridge that time jump, the legendary actor Cihan Ünal will be portraying an older Osman Bey, literally passing the torch on screen. Okay, next up, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the setting, the story, and the production itself. We are literally watching the dawn of an empire.
So we are being dropped right into the early 14th century, and this is such a critical period in history. The whole vibe is shifting. It's not just about survival and founding a new state anymore, no. This is all about expansion, about building the military power and the government that would define an empire for centuries.
And the story is going to cover every single angle of Orhan's rise. We're going to see him step into his father's gigantic shoes and become sultan. We'll watch him build a complex government, pretty much from scratch, and of course, we'll see him on the battlefield, leading these huge military campaigns, including the legendary capture of Bursa.
And here's the best part. You don't have to wait forever to see all this. Filming actually kicked off in Istanbul back in September 2025, and the very first episode is scheduled to hit our screens on October 29th, 2025. It's happening, and it's happening soon.
So, the big question, is this show for you? Let's talk about what fans, both old and new, can really expect. This chart kind of breaks it all down perfectly. Look, you are going to absolutely love this if you're a fan of those grand, epic historical dramas. If you get excited about stories of leadership and empire building, this is for you. You get a fresh new story, but in a world you already care about. Now, on the flip side, you might hesitate if you're, really attached to the old cast. The time jump and new faces might take a little getting used to, and that's totally fair. But here's the thing you can count on, the big takeaway. You can expect that same exact high quality we've come to expect. We're talking massive battle scenes, really complex political maneuvering, and that incredible visual style that just makes you feel like you're right there in history. And that leaves us with this final thought to chew on. This show, it's more than just entertainment, right? It's really an exploration of a huge turning point in world history. It makes you stop and wonder, how does one person's vision, one leader's ambition, actually lay the foundation for an empire that goes on to last for 600 years? It's pretty incredible to think about.